Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Friday, y'all. Hey, Jack. Welcome to the Purple Paisley Den. I want to start off by saying rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. For those of you who don't know, she passed on today, and that is a sad moment because she's done a lot of good things. I don't know how many people actually got a chance to see the movie that was supposed to be, that was the story, based on the story of her life. Um, very, very strong woman. And because of her passing, that means that 45 can put another one of his bum justices. I didn't stutter. Yeah, one of his bum justices in there. Maybe he'll put another, one who gets in there, who was, putting their hands on women and forcing them to have sex with them when they were in high school too. Maybe he'll do that again. I appreciate you coming through, Jack, though. I do. Yeah, you had kind of been staying away for a while, but now you're back. Oh, there's Nightbot. Nightbot's in here tonight. I hope you're gonna act right tonight, Nightbot, because I know sometimes you're temperamental. So anyway, you know, now in addition to worrying about what other damage um, Mr. Trump can do between now and November, we now have to worry about him putting another justice in, because he's going to try to make that go through real quickly. Just have me a little libations. Had to take me a little drink, but it's crazy um, that we're going to have to go through this ordeal, and he's going to try to rush it through. Because although he may appear to be confident and always flexing his, you know, jaws about what he's done and how America's so great with him as president, personally, you know, I'm trying to think of a president that it's been great for Black Americans under. Now, I will say that when 44 first got into office, Black people thought we had reached the promised land. I mean, how many Black people in America took the day off after Obama won the election and had a party? I know people who did it. I was at one of those parties. I, of course, worked that day. I went to work. Yeah. But he came into a big fat mess. And then 45 came into not a big mess. I mean, yeah, Obama wasn't perfect. I'm not going to even sit here and say he was perfect, and I disagree with some of the things that he did as president. But he didn't leave the place in shambles. I'm, you know, concerned about all the stuff that 45 is doing that we don't know he's doing. I told you guys here are my major issues with him. My major issues with him are that I do think that he is a racist, mainly because when people say my blacks, my Latinos, my Asians, that's not something that someone normally says when when all of these people are in their circle. You don't do that. Okay. The other thing is I think that he is not taking responsibility for any of the stupid stuff that he has done in regards to the plague. Yes. And I'm going to keep calling it plague because it didn't have to be a plague. It did not have to be a plague. See, because what if COVID was here before we got those cases from China? And what if they already knew it, but they did nothing? And then when we got more from China, they blamed it on them, and then they blamed it on the Democrats, and they blamed it on everyone, but took no action, no proper action. And then when proper action was taken, then they wanted to force the economy back open. Too soon. Too soon. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't pockets of the economy, of the country, that probably could have just stayed open, and didn't close at all. But let me just put this into perspective. I live in a state, in a county, that still has mandatory masks when you're out in public. And we still have a high count of COVID-19 cases. It's going down, but we still have a high count. Whether they're legitimate or not legitimate, we're not even going to go into that. However, I actually personally know people who actually really got it. So I'm going to say that some of those numbers are right. But I walk out every day. I'm telling you, every day. And I will see at least one person who is in a public setting, who is not social distancing, and doesn't even have on a freaking mask. And I know there are a lot of people who are anti-maskers. But what does the mask hurt? Other than, protecting me from you if you've got germs. Because I got a face shield, I got masks. I got N95 masks. I got surgical masks. I got gloves. I got hand sanitizer. I got all that. But I don't know what you got when I'm out in public. But I know you're not going to get 100% compliance. But, I mean, dang, man. It's a lot of non-compliance where I am. And unfortunately, fortunately, because I like living around my people. But I'm in a minority community. Primarily minority community. And maybe all these people think they're invincible. Because it's not. It's mainly younger people who are not masking up. And that's probably why they're the ones who are, pushing the numbers up because they don't mask up. They're doing everything. I mean, I know that there are still underground karaoke bars operating. I know that they're operating. They advertise on Facebook. They post pictures. So, another thing is that because I've given you two of my things in regards to Mr. Trump. Now I have to give you another one. Another one, obviously, is that he has some backwards views and is out of touch when it comes to who this country really is versus who he wants it to be. And we need a president that's not so freaking old. Mr. Biden is guilty of being old too. And I'm not age discriminating, but geez, man, how the hell do these old men, know how to rule a country of so many people that are much, much younger than them? And then this man clearly looks at protests that are in regards to race. He looks at these people as thugs. And he looks at them as thugs and criminals. But if it's a white supremacist group that's out there doing their thing, they're patriots. Like, what the F? So you see, I listen to what this man says when he speaks. I truly do. And I know that there are brothers and sisters out there who want us to keep this man in office because they feel that he's the lesser of two evils. And we're just going to agree to disagree on that point. We're just going to agree to disagree on that point. Because see, I know things that he's been trying to dismantle that won't be good for American people. Like, I don't know, people who actually want to become homeowners. He wants to dismantle all of the compliance things that have been put in place with Dodd-Frank and the Graham, what is it? The Graham-Biley Act? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, these are the acts that are around paperwork that's given to borrowers disclosing what they're getting in real estate loans. And then they have third-party firms that do the regulatory compliance to make sure that we don't have another big short. Well, Mr. Trump wants to do away with the regulations. But here's his problem. He cannot get rid of the regulations without putting other regulations in their place. Because, the people who wrote people know how to write stuff so that it's, you have to make constitutional changes to get their laws out. Well, that's what they did with the Dodd-Frank and with the Graham-Biley laws. To protect consumers. And he wants them gone. But see, we don't hear about those things. We just hear about all these other issues. But see, this is an issue that's buried in there that you guys don't even know. I mean, are a lot of people who, I don't know, lost their homes doing The Big Short, are they becoming homeowners again? Have they even gotten back salaries and stuff that were lost during that time? I mean, and then now we've had a plague, and then a lot of people lost their jobs and they still aren't working again. So people took a pay cut that are working. So it's like, are we really going in that upward direction that he keeps trying to say is happening under his presidency. That's what I want people to look at. I want people to get out of their feelings when they're looking at this and look at the whole picture, you know, of what's really going on. Hey, Terry. But he's going to probably get a shot at putting another justice in there. Rest in peace, Ruth. Rest in peace, Ruth. And if you did not watch the movie about her, I challenge you to watch that movie. It is excellent, and it is pretty accurate. Of course, you know, they take theatrical, you know, I guess, you know, options in this, but it is pretty much her story. So if you guys are my friends or follow me on Instagram, I have put up the trailer for the movie. And you will see me in a couple of scenes actually in the trailer. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can send me a follow request, DCThePurpleDiva. Because yeah, my page is private. So I have to confirm everybody who requests to follow me on Instagram. But I would love for you guys to come and take a look at that at the trailer. It's about 2 minutes, and it is in my IGTV. I may share it on my channel doing a live stream, you know, but I don't know if today's going to be that day. Well, first of all, I can't today because today I'm on my phone. But if I'm in a live stream and I'm on my laptop, then I can share my screen and I can actually show it to you guys. But I also want folks to travel over to my Instagram and take a look at it. And then I also have a 45-second clip of it on my Twitter. The movie is scheduled to come out in October. So I will have more information about it when we get closer to that time. But I am promoting it on all my social media. Now, I know that I was like, today was kind of like, well, it's been a kind of crazy couple of days. And there's been a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I've been seeing streams flipping up with, you know, all kinds of things going on. I hate the one where my sis femininity overload is feeling like she's being sexually harassed on the platform. I did get a chance to listen to that one today. I was like, she was up in the middle of the night with this. And it was like, what, a 3 hour, just say what she needed to say. And sometimes you just have to do that. You know, so, I mean, I felt her on it. But my comment was like, dang, I got to be a night owl. You know. And then I heard some crazy stuff about another YouTuber putting hands on their grandparent. Like, what? It's like, you know, I'm just tripping off of that one. And I saw that flow across a couple of channels. You know, apparently they got it on because he was on a live stream apparently when he did it. And I check out his channel every once in a while, but I was really surprised to hear that. Who puts their hands on their grandparent when you actually live with your grandparent? But that's what the story is that dude put his hands on his grandparents. So I'm sure he'll be coming up with a story as to why, that's not what happened and everything. And then, we have the other adventures going on with, I guess, the YouTuber that is doing a YouTube tour across the country, visiting people, you know, wanting to come back to California. They sick of the East Coast or something. Child, these people are. I guess maybe I'm looking at it differently. Because I'm not on here trying to just get a whole bunch of views. Oh yeah, I know. I know what you meant, Terry. I think Terry, I think you're one of the few people who has my personal Facebook page, so I think you can see it on my Facebook too. But it's on my IG for those of you who only know DC the Purple Diva. But yeah, it's it's gonna be a really good movie, and even though I was in it and I was around when most of it was shot. There were a few scenes that I was not there when they shot the scenes. You know, so I'm just as excited to see the finished product as you guys are to see it. Hey Joe, but yeah, it's called Mama Tell Me Why, and it will be out in October. Um, Hopefully on Netflix or Prime or something. But if it's not out on there, we will have it up. I believe she said the executive producer is going to probably have it on YouTube Movies, so you guys will be able to see it on YouTube. And I know that they're going to probably have a website where you can go to see it. It's not going to be that expensive to go see it. I think it's going to be, somewhere around $4 or $5, you know, to rent it so you can watch it. And then there may be DVDs of it available. I don't know how she's going to do it. But what it is that what we did is we did a stage play movie, and and it's basically we took a stage play, and we took it off of the stage and put it and put it in movie form in on actual locations versus on the stage. But we still did the same scenes just as they were on the stage. And so it's called a stage play movie. But it's going to be really good. I mean, I think especially because we're in this time when we're dealing with a lot of stuff within the Black community, and we're always talking about colorism so much on here. A lot of that is going on in this production. Light skin versus dark skin. You know, having kids by multiple um, men. That kind of stuff. All of that's going to be in there. It is a gospel stage play, so there's going to be there's some religion in there. But it's gonna be good. I'm really excited that we've now seen the trailer. So, and on Facebook, it's got over 800 views already on Facebook because we posted it on Facebook first, and on it's starting to gain a little traction on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, on Instagram, but I never can tell with Instagram because sometimes I'll post something on Instagram and I'll also post it, or I may post it on my Facebook, and then it'll get a lot. People will look at it on Facebook and barely look at it on Instagram, and then other times I'll post something on Instagram and it gets, and like everybody likes that picture. So I just hope that it stays, in people's timelines long enough for them to see it. Because I'm gonna have to obviously post it again because I need to keep it in, um, going through people's timelines. But it's good. My bae is in it, you know, and we have a scene together, so it was cool to do to do a scene with him. You know, having our I guess our like acting debut on in a movie, our movie acting debuts, and but yeah, there's been so much stuff going on and off YouTube, on and off YouTube. You know, I know you guys saw that what was the video where the pit bull got out the yard and the man was on top of the his car and and left the baby. That was quite a few people had something to say about that. And then I watched this movie Cuties, the one that everybody is trying to cancel Netflix about. Okay, I didn't see as much wrong with it as people see with it because number one, it's kind of what's going on now. Um, it was about these girls that were dancing, and teenagers nowadays dance way more provocative than we did. I mean, they twerking and putting their booty up in front of the camera, and so I think that that's what some people may have had a issue with, because I believe the young ladies in this were like somewhere between 12 and 14, okay? Like not even in high school, kind of in that age range. And when I was in that age range, you know, in the dark ages, we weren't quite we weren't quite that fast, but you know, we were doing more of the slow dancing at that point, but the dance styles today are very, very different. Hi, Weewa. Hi, Wheel. I haven't seen you in a minute. So it was now what language was the movie? I believe the movie was in France. So it's with subtitles. It's a subtitle movie. Um, but See, Europeans look at stuff very differently than we do here in the United States. And I think that that's really where the disconnect is. You know, when you hear people talking about how we're culturally the same, other YouTubers who seem to think that, you know, black people are culturally the same all over the world. Not true, not true, not true. Not true. Um, and so, there was a couple of the girls in this were, one of the girls, I believe was Muslim. She was like Somali or Ethiopian, but her family, they were in Islam. And it was just like a crazy storyline going on because her father was taking a second wife. And I'm sorry if I'm telling you the story, if you want to go see it, but this is all the other stuff that was going on in the movie besides these little girls dancing provocatively. The movie wasn't just about that. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to cancel Netflix over this one little movie. I mean, they got some other stuff that's been on Netflix that I just won't watch because it's going to make me angry. Like, I'm going to admit it. I still have not watched the one about the Central Park Five. Have not watched it. Haven't watched it. It's not going to make me want to cancel Netflix. It's just going to piss me off. I know. Because when it was going on, it pissed me off, And then it's just going to make me remember, racist things that 45 has said in the past. Bring them right back to my remembrance. Stuff that he said doing that, all that stuff going on with the Central Park Five. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to roll that back in because I will get hot if I watch it. I know I will. So I just decided I'm not watching that one. Maybe one day I'll watch it. It's not going anywhere, But I just remember when it happened, you know. Those who weren't around or are too young to remember it, yeah, maybe they need to see it. Those of us who were around when this was going on, it just makes us angry. It just makes us angry, and it just proves more of the point of police brutality, of the broken judicial system that is in this country when it comes to people of color. So, yeah, I'm not watching that movie. But Cuties, I thought it was a cute little movie. Yeah, the little girls were, you know, dancing provocative. They were dressing provocative for 12 to 14-year-olds who barely have a body, like barely have a body. And they're trying to shake something they don't have. They were, you know, doing, the thing where girls put their finger in their mouth and lick out their tongue, doing sexually, you know, yeah, exactly. And they're 12 to 14. So that's the issue that people have with it. And I understand them having an issue with it. But I ain't canceling YouTube over this one little freaky movie. Because most of us, you know, understand what it was about. It wasn't just about the dancing. That was, unfortunately for this little kid, something, and for those other little girls, it made them feel special. And I grew up as a dancer, not that kind of dancer, but I grew up as a dancer. And, you know, being able to express yourself through dance is good, is a good way to express yourself. I just wish they weren't using the moves that they were using, but they were literally using moves that they had seen older women do or older girls do. I mean, that's the same thing with all the stuff that we see on Instagram with little girls twerking their little butts or coming on there half naked, trying to get some attention. It's but I don't have a whole lot negative to say about it other than it's probably not appropriate for all audiences. And if I had a daughter in that age range, I wouldn't let her look at that movie. But I wouldn't also let her be dressing like this. But there was a lot of conflict in this movie um, with her wanting to be part of this dance team because she thought that it was going to make her fit in more and to be popular. So it was really about, the same kind of stuff that you normally see with teenagers trying to adjust to things. She was trying to adjust to the fact that her dad was marrying a second wife and that, they were going to expect more of her and they were trying to push her into tradition and she didn't want to go into tradition. But, for me, I didn't take as much offense to the movie. I watched it because people were so up at arms about it, and then when I watched it, I'm like, okay, is that all? What is it that they're really so upset about? You know? But I guess people have to have something. You gotta have something to say, and maybe because really the main character in the movie was a little black girl, although she was not American, you know, it's still they were doing the same kind of illicit dancing that we unfortunately see a lot of young girls doing. They're mimicking older women, plain and simple. When I was growing up, I mean, shoot, we were trying to mimic the Soul Train dancers. you know, that's what we were trying to mimic. We wanted to dance like them. We wanted to dance on Soul Train. That's the kind of dancing we wanted to do. Not this, you know, I'm standing by the stripper pole, got my legs, bent, got my finger on my tongue stuck out of my mouth, giving you a come, you know what, me kind of look. Yeah, we weren't into that. But I grew up in the 70s, so probably why. You know, I was growing up in the 70s. And I came of age in the 80s. And then by the 90s, I was a parent. So, yeah, maybe, and maybe my perspective is different about this movie because I don't have a daughter. I have a son. And so I probably I wouldn't have to worry about this with my son, you know? But I got goddaughters, you know? But none of them, you know, were into this. I mean, they're older now, obviously. But when they were in this age range, they weren't doing all this stuff, you know? But, you know, here we now have the age of social media because literally they were doing a lot of the stuff that they were doing in this and posted it on their social media so that they could get likes. These kids, these kids are about getting likes on their social media. It's all about being accepted, you know. But that social media thing can go both ways on you. You know, you can be the star on there one day as a kid, and then the next day, some awful picture of you is floating around the school, and now it's, you know, everything's the worst thing it can be for you. Living their life by people liking them on social media. But that's what a lot of the young people do. It doesn't even matter what part of the world they're in. Did you guys hear that TikTok is going away in the United States? I believe this weekend, you have until this weekend to download it if you want to have it. I already have it. I don't even think I've used it once. But it will still be available and you can still use it until November the 23rd. So if you have TikTok, you better get in all your TikToks because they are shutting it down in the United States. Because 45 believes that it's run by the Chinese government. And I believe they're going after either the WhatsApp or WeApp, one of those other apps. Apparently on one of those apps you can people transfer a lot of currency and everything on it. And I believe that TikTok was even trying to broker a deal so that they were you know, controlled by U.S. companies, but Trump doesn't trust them. So if you have TikTok, say bye bye, bye bye TikTok. It's gone. Yep, it was announced today. So, and quite a few YouTubers like upload stuff from their TikTok and everything. Better get it all in before November the 23rd, because it's gone after that in the United States. Now, I mean, you can keep it on your phone, and then when you go out of the country, if you actually go out of the country, you can use it outside of the United States. But you will not be able to use it in the country. You won't even be able to look at it, even on a desktop. It's going to be blocked. TikTok Pop Rocks. Hey, Miss Mahogany. Oh, I haven't looked at the message on IG yet. I will check it. I haven't been in my messenger today on IG. But yeah, TikTok is gone. Don't. TikTok is gone. And like I said, I thought about using it, but I haven't used it. But I haven't. I use Snapchat for the filters, and I think I've Snapchatted a little bit. But let me just see what you guys saying. I'm not really a TikTok person. I think it's fun with all the people doing all the stuff on it. People have been uploading all kinds of funny things and everything. However, you know, let's just air. Let's just say that it is being controlled by the Chinese, who are very connected to the Soviets. Yeah, I don't want any of that stuff over here. I don't want any of that stuff over here. So, okay, Terry, I know you at work, dude. That night shift, that's rough. Oh, but Terry, do you know that the resurrected, I'm sorry, the resurrected YouTuber, apparently she lives in your neck of the woods. She still lives in your neck of the woods. Isn't that funny? I thought about that. I told y'all she made her page private yesterday on Instagram. And she hasn't accepted my request yet, y'all. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see her pictures anyway. Her page was public 2 days ago. She made it private yesterday. So now you have to request. But she's friends with like all my friends. She's friends with all my friends on here, you know, and I'm talking about content creators, So I don't see why she doesn't want another content creator to follow her. Yeah, she's up there in your area still. Miss Resurrection. Miss Resurrection. That's what I'm gonna call her. Miss Resurrection. Because she's resurrected on YouTube. You know. It's like it was I guess we needed to understand that that wasn't a real suicide. It was a social media suicide. You know? They're not the same. You just kill yourself off on social media and then you come back another day like you never did it. Because that's what homegirl's doing. I told y'all yesterday, y'all go past her page, you will see that all her graphics are totally different than they were 4 months ago. All for her new look, for the resurrection. Hey, Lawrence. Lawrence, man. Dude. Y'all know, you know resurrection is an embarrassment to our area of the country. That's why I keep telling people, all women from the DMV are not like resurrection. All of us are not like Miss Resurrection. She on something else. Okay? She is on something else. And I think she might be a little disappointed because she's really not getting as much talk about her as I think she wanted. But, there's a few people that are going to drag her for filth. You know, because they think she's trying to scam using, the alphabet community now. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, she ain't hiding, apparently. And now that she's, resurrected herself and everything, she should feel free to come out in public. You know, the quarantine was a perfect time to make herself just look like she disappeared because people were staying inside. But you know, I think she needs that money. I think she needs that money. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm gonna put it on mute for just 1 second. I'll be right back.
So they just got promoted.
I'm back, y'all.
Oh, I guess that was the last one too. Thank God.
Well, she was in some place called. Well, she used to have a PO box on her page in Tracy, but I don't believe she lives in Tracy. From what I understand, she lives in Fremont. Still, and so she's somewhere up in that area. She's not down here in Southern California. And she's definitely not up in the Bay Area. I think it's too expensive for her. Exactly. All you got to do is, yep, YouTube account. You can die and come back to life on YouTube. But I think she did it on YouTube and on Facebook.
Play your music, take it up to your room.
I think she did it on both. It's just crazy to me the lengths people will go to. But the reality is that the platform wants us to put out content that's going to drive traffic to our page. But just what kind of content is that they want then? I mean, it can't be just drama, and every black YouTuber is not going to be a beauty blogger. I'm sorry. We're all not on here doing beauty and hair. That's not the only thing that black women YouTubers do. Even though I think that's what they think, because you have people who've gotten so big on that. And then, or we're not all on here to do celebrity gossip. I'm not here for that. Not here for that. I support some of the ones that do that, you know, and have watched them blow up, but I'm not here for that. But I look at what I see in my recommendations, and I'm like, okay, am I getting this because I'm watching this channel? Am I getting this because I'm watching that channel? Or am I getting this because of what my content is? Because I do get autism stuff pushed towards me. But as I told y'all, it's not like there's like hundreds of autism channels. No, they're not. Now, there's more than I thought that there were, but it's not, uh, we aren't big in the algorithm. Let's see. Yeah, we are not big in the algorithm. I know, yeah, I'm sure you'll see her. Well, she's now part of the alphabet community, so, she's going to be, you know, carrying her rainbow flag around since she's trying to bite off of them these days. And, like, see, the reason that I don't deal with this chick is because, a while back, because y'all know anybody that does scamming and stuff around autism, I'm, I don't do them. So she did, she was dealing with Autism Speaks a while back, and I already told you guys that Autism Speaks is a ripoff, and they're not about um, helping people on the autism spectrum. But she was doing something, I guess, relating that she was associated with them, and trust me, that's not true. So I was cool on her when she used autism in a messed up manner. I was cool on her then. Forget the book of Eli. Oh, forget the book of Eli or Enoch. The Sunday sermon will cover the book of YouTube. It probably will because there's so much stupidity going on. And then that chick from the UK, man, I'm like, why are they still giving that energy? Why are y'all giving that energy? She's an avatar. It's like, you know, let her have her little audience. I could care less. Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, neither one of them knew how to stay dead. Neither one of them knew how to stay dead. I'm going to come on camera because I'm about to get off here, guys. Let me see. Where's my thingy? Hey, everybody. No David down here tonight. He went upstairs with his, yeah. He wants to listen to his own music on his phone, so he's gone. But I really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow. I am sleepy, but I'm going to try to stay up a little longer, watch something. Maybe look at a little bit more on YouTube since I was like out of the loop. Catch up on my YouTubing for a minute before I go to bed. But I will see you guys on tomorrow. I may, either tonight or tomorrow night, I will be doing a long live where I will be doing the best of my vlog. So I'll be sharing my screen and I'll be showing the vlog, about 20 of them. So it'll be, I don't know, a couple hours, 3 hours, something like that. Because most of my vlogs are under 15 minutes. Yeah, so 3, 4 hours. But it's going to be a long one because y'all know I'm trying to get to that 4K. I'm trying to get to that 4K. But until then, I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see y'all. I'm out. Peace.